What's good, y'all? What's good? What's going on? Okay, so we've been talking about love, relationships, and things like that. But it's been a while since we've approached it from a data based argument. So a lot of times when women hear men talk about what we want and don't want from relationships, they think that we're like shaming or saying something that's derogatory because what we want doesn't align with what they think that we should or like. So there was this thing called faking normal. I seen this about a year ago, and it was a 55-year-old woman telling her experience of faking normal. And then I started to come across these articles. Like I seen this article maybe a couple years ago, and it was talking about over education problem. Since the cost of college is an important concern of the large segment of voters, in 2016, presidential candidates are advocating policies aimed at making college more affordable. Well, this is something that they found on accident. They found that one of the indicators in the database that was created in 2016 showed that more than half the graduates, hundreds, are earning less than average income of someone holding a high school degree, $25,000 a year. More than half the graduates are earning less than the average income of someone holding a high school degree. That's a problem. That's a problem because women are the most enrolled and hold the most degrees. But it's telling you that people with degrees are earning less than people with high school diplomas. That's a problem. It's a serious problem.
Now, our economics correspondent Paul Salmon takes a look at what has become the new normal for many members of the aging middle class: financial fragility. It's part of his weekly series, Making Sense.
Excuse me. So we're gonna go over this video and break it down of this lady that was 55 that was living a lie, and that's why it's called faking normal.
Which airs Thursdays on the NewsHour.
Everybody is pretending.
And that's why you call the book Faking Normal.
Right. Because there's a lot of pressure to seem like you are doing well.
This is what we're living through today. Everybody feels the need to have this picture perfect life where everything is, literally picture perfect, to where you have to photo document everything. And if you don't, it's like that rhetorical question. If a forest falls, a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears it, did it make a sound? Okay. If you are having fun and you don't post it on social media, are you really having fun?
Elizabeth White is not doing terribly well, as she painfully chronicles in the book she's just self-published, 55, Unemployed, and Faking Normal. White's been on the edge of the financial cliff for years, even though you'd never know it from how she looks, or the Washington, D.C. townhouse she bought years ago.
Don't let material things give you the idea that people are successful. There's people that are broke, living not even check to check. They're living from day to day, and they still dress very nice. Matter of fact, some of these people dress nicer than average people.
One she couldn't even dream of renting today.
But you haven't been in a situation where you literally couldn't afford whatever it is, the condo fee or...
Oh, absolutely, I have. I'm right now have to park outside because I'm in arrears on the condo fee.
She can't park inside her complex because she's in arrears on her fees. I mean, if ever there was a scenario to where you understand why we need each other, if this isn't an eye opener, I don't know what is. Like, this is crazy.
right now.
And she's financed to the hilt, taking.
You haven't dabbed.
But I have had to.
It's been quite a come up.
This is a college graduate. She holds multiple degrees, but she doesn't have a partner. She doesn't have not even a partner. She doesn't have a leader that can help her, in an emergency. The backbone and her strong. This is to protect. It's like people think about protection as like protecting from a home invader, but sometimes us men are there to protect you from the bad decisions you might make because of impulsiveness, not because we're superior, but because women are emotional and sometimes consume emotionally, and we're rational. We help make balanced decisions.
For someone with her background.
I have a bachelor's from Oberlin. I have a master's in international studies from Johns Hopkins. I have a Harvard MBA. I worked at the World Bank, came in through a program where they recruited 5,000 people. They took 2 Americans out of that 25. I was one of the Americans.
See, when you hit that 55 mark, those accolades are dope and they're commendable, but they don't translate into real life equity. And a boring man, that boring guy that keeps getting overlooked. You know what boring people do? They do boring things, but they're boring and consistent. Boring people save money every check. A boring person that's been saving money for 30 years, that just likes to go fishing and watch ball games and drink a beer, that's the type of boring guy that she probably needs right now, or needed 10 years ago. So that way she could have afforded to do that and then come home and have a stable foundation. These are things, programs. That husband is a program. I read a book about the men and women of Oakland in the 1900s, and it said that the way that those men valued, or the way that they stunted, is by buying their woman a college education. So the way that black men showed their pride was through their educated women. So there was a whole group of women who were educated by proud men. They were proud to pay for the education of their women because those women would come back and educate the community.